Hello everyone, this is Stefan at Lush and Salty. Okay, you're seeing the fruits of my labor. Remember the previous video I showed you that bonsai tree I got from Flip Aquatics, and then the old aquarium that sat here, and then the MonteCarlo that used to be there. There's some of it now, but the rest of it I used to decorate this tree, and you can see it here. Hopefully it'll fatten up and get greener, but right now it's sort of betwixt and between, I guess appropriate for fall. So I'm definitely running CO2 because MonteCarlo thrives on it. I have a directly under the light, so highlight and CO2 is the key. A couple other features which are not really showing off well right now. I've got some scrawny hair grass. It was all I could find. I went to a Petco. They had a few cups of it, and I just bought it even though it looked like crap, and we'll see if I can't get some life out of that. I just want a little bit of it. I mean, obviously a carpet would be awesome, but I'll take a group of it right there, a little bit of a yard. I've got some small crypt parva, and then I took a bunch of my Anubias petite from various tanks, and I put that into a little bit of dragonstone, which kind of comes down in a way. Now right now that's really not showing off very well, but I could easily move it, but the overall effect is pretty cool. Now I put these two stones in front. I mean, they look okay, but I did it because they're holding the damn thing down. Although I weighed this tree down by gluing some rock to the back, it started to float up from the front. It literally started to float upwards. I did not foresee that happening. So I put some rocks here to hold it down. Maybe they'll stay, especially if that little parva kind of comes in between it and gives them a good look. I guess it feels pretty okay. And one thing I had to do, and it's temporary, is I put a piece of dragonstone on top of the tree, literally to hold it down and keep it in place. And I'm guessing, like any driftwood, this tree will eventually waterlog. Certainly the MonteCarlo will gain weight, and hopefully the tree gets heavy and settles, and I don't have to obviously keep a rock on top. That's completely unnatural, although in a weird way it looks surreal, but it's not awful. It's not like I have something artificial up there, but anyway, that's purely temporary. So I'm running CO2 and I'm filtering the hell out of this tank. It was pretty dark from residue on the fluval substrate. This is fluval stratum, and even though it says you don't need to rinse it, trust me, it's so full of sediment. Even though I rinsed it, it's still, if I kick that around with the tweezers or something, it would there'd be a sandstorm. So that'll take a little doing, and I'm also hoping these plants will start to work on absorbing and keeping the substrate more in place. But I took a few hours the other day and cleaned out the tank. All the fish, by the way, a few puffers, some Ottocinklus catfish, and some pygmy cories. They're all in this little tank that's heated. And then I have some air stones working. I turned it off because of the noise. So this is a temporary solution for these fish. There's also a honey gourami in here. Now at first I was just going to put everything in there and here, but now I'm trying to decide if I want to maybe home these fish in various other tanks where I could conceivably put them. I could put the puffers in one of the other tanks where there's one or two puffers. I could put the honey gourami in my big cube behind me. I could, and catfish and ottos can go anywhere. And then I would be free to do whatever I want in here. Maybe a school of chili rasboras or some nano fish. But for now, I'm just gonna try and let this thing grow out a little bit and see what health I can get out of these plants down here. All of them from Petco, not my Anubias, those are mine, that's why they're so awesome. But these had been sitting in their little tubs and the roots were brown and not in a good way and blah, 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 blah. So I'm not holding my breath. If anything, I'll just pull them out and think of something else or leave it naked. There's something appealing about just the tree and the substrate. And I could go with that, but it would be more beneficial. More plants is always better, it just is. So in the event that I don't get good growth from those ground plants, I'll think of something else. I'm pretty sure the Anubias Petite will do good. I also ordered 1 pot of better hair grass, I assume, from an online seller. I haven't used them before, but it was free shipping and $9 for the pot, so at less than 10 bucks, it's worth the risk. And if those come, I will add them into this and maybe spread out this little front yard, if you will. All right, folks, tell me what you think. And always keep your hands in the tank. Ciao for now.